Saturday morning, about 10 o'clock. I've just got off the train at Cheshunt. I'm just going to walk along the Lee navigation for a little bit, but the aim today is to walk along the line of the old Ermine Street, the old Roman Ermine Street. A section that runs just up here near Broxbourne and goes up to Hartford. So that would be great. I'm really excited about that. Go through places like Wormley, Bury and Hellwood. I'm not sure if you can see it on the video, but it's snowing very lightly. The temperature is just sort of above freezing. It's about 1 or 2 degrees. But it actually doesn't feel that cold because there's no wind. So yeah, it's quite good walking weather, this. So I've walked past here numerous times walking up the Lee Valley. And of course, because I've been fixated on heading north along the actual base of the valley, I've never taken this detour, so I'm really looking forward to this today. I've been planning this for some time. So here we have a number of really curious things all together. This stone kind of obelisk. We have, I think, what must be a Second World War pillbox there, and a kind of level crossing. It says C146, I think, down there. And there's a coat of arms. It rises, it looks like it may have lost the top. Do you think it was a pointed kind of top? And those curious kind of marks along there, those slashes in it. Maybe they could have been done by something that was tied up to this stone, I don't know, tethered to it. I'll look it up and put it on the screen. This has got to be, I'd say this is a Second World War pillbox. I think this footpath here leads up to the New River and then sort of towards Wormley, which would be interesting. Snow falling on the New River. I won't walk along much of this actually, but I haven't walked this section of the New River path. I was going to do the whole thing, and now I seem to be doing it in short stages. I usually jump on it up at Broxbourne station, so this is a new part of it. I was looking at these mounds just in the field by the road here on Church Lane, Wormley, and thinking they look a bit curious. Not marked on the map, but look, can you see there? I'll try and zoom in. Can you see that little concrete opening in the mound? I'm thinking too rustic for a hobbit hole, possibly Wombles. Or, in reality, this could be, again, part of the Outer London Defence Ring, the Second World War defences that pass through this area. I'll look it up when I get home. Curious, eh? So this is the A10, the modern road built along the course of the old Roman Ermine Street. And those cars there are heading into London. That basically ends up in Shoreditch, sort of takes you down through Tottenham and then down into Shoreditch, which is where it ends at the gates of the City of London. That's a really beautiful sight, isn't it? A little stream meandering through the field there. I think that might still be the Turnford Brook. I could be wrong. So down here is Wormley, which I think is like a stately home. I think it's built on the site of a medieval manor. Although I think the house that's there now is maybe Victorian or Georgian or something. St. Lawrence Church, Wormley. Wow, it's a beautiful old flint wall. It's a great bit of craftsmanship there. nice for a kind of mooch around here, but in this weather it's important to keep moving really, otherwise you start to get cold. I've got a kind of decision point coming up, but eventually I'll end up on the old Roman path. I hope. You know my map reading skills, you've watched a few of these videos maybe. Could end up anywhere. A few houses along the roadside here, a little hamlet called Carnell's Green, and there's a farm, and hopefully just around this bend hopefully there's a footpath so I can get off the road. This is great. I found the footpath otherworldly. Look at this, moss-covered stones down here, a little sty. You can tell this isn't really very well used. I asked the lady back there who's horse riding. She said I'm going to have a great walk. She said there's fantastic bridleways. Oh, look at this. Come out into a field. Wow. This is great. Wow. Look at this. It's the first snow I've seen settling on the ground. I've been thinking about getting out here for so long. I did that great walk up the Lee Valley, 20 odd miles, 23, was it 25 from Leytonstone, and those things stay with you, you know. It's great to escape from the city sometimes, and this environment here is part of the same region as where I live in Leytonstone. If you go back to the Bronze Age, the Iron Age, you're talking about the same kind of tribal territories. It's fantastic, very therapeutic. It's right on our doorstep, you know, it's an everyday adventure. Adventure begins at home. Welcome to the borough of Broxbourne. So this is where they did the canoe slalom events for the 2012 games. When I passed through Cheshunt earlier, there's a canoeing lake there. And there were people out canoeing in the snow, so they're committed to their canoeing and their kayaking out here. And why not? It's such a beautiful area, such a lot of beautiful waterways here. None of those places are Martin's Green and Goose Green, don't appear on my OS map. However, if I ignore that and just compare my OS map with my phone, this path here should be in line with the Roman Ermine Street. Or Ermine Street, I should say. Ermine. Quite exciting. I'm going to walk up it anyway. I was just starting to doubt that I was going the right way. And I come across this sign pointing to the path I've just walked along, which is great. So I am on Ermine Street. So here we are, Ermine Street, the old Roman road. Something special about walking these old trackways. Ermine Street was the Roman road that led between London and then up through North London, Hertforshire, where I am now, carry on up to Lincoln, and then all the way from Lincoln to York. This is a major Roman road. A lot of Roman roads were built along the course of even older trackways, although I have read somewhere that this one, Ermine Street, is a kind of definite road built by the Romans. There's a lot of prehistoric sites though along this course as you go along. There's one further up here which we may see later at Pinehurst, but I've got a video on this channel and that's a Bronze Age burial mound. I've read that there was a Syrian division that were based just up here, not far from Broxbourne. On a snowy day like today, I'm trying to imagine those soldiers that have come all the way from Syria and found themselves here. I like to imagine the idea as well that some of them may have settled here and had children here, and there could be people still living in the Lee Valley who are descended from some members of that Roman Syrian legion. Danemead Nature Reserve. Of course, that's a reminder in the name there that not long after the Romans left, the Danes came, and a lot of them settled here in this part of the world. Successive waves of migration from Europe, which we seem to have decided to put to an end. Another little babbling brook. So I'm here just, I can't point my finger because I'm holding the map, but can you see Danemead Wood there, where the fords? I think I've just gone over those fords. Got the red circle there, Hoddesdonbury, a mound. It's one of the medieval kind of motte castles that were in the area. There was one down there near Hell Wood as well. And they're sort of clustered around here, around sort of Cheshunt, Broxbourne, Hoddesdon. So this is where I am now on the Roman road. And I'm going to follow it off the edge of this map. And I came from, well, you can't see because it's over the map. I came from down here and I walked up the Lee Valley to Wormley and then up Church Lane to Carnell's Green and up here. About 5 miles to where I am now. And about another 5 to go. I think this might possibly be the Spittle Brook. This beautiful little brook cutting through the woods here. Just think of all the travellers that have passed this way over that period of time. You really feel like you're walking in ancient footsteps sometimes. Other times, you're just wondering whether you've got the right socks on. And I have got the right socks on today. Ermine Street, Goose Green. Yeah, I did find Goose Green on my OS map originally. Not where I thought it was pointing to, but here it is. Right, on we go. So this is Elbow Lane now, which I think follows the line of Ermine Street. Great names around here. Wormley Berry, Hobby Horse Wood, Elbow Lane. Wow, that is one big radio mast. Although actually it's a mobile phone mast, isn't it, in reality? BT installation out here in the woods. Hartford Heath. I hadn't really thought about my walk much beyond this point, to be perfectly honest with you. So I think actually I'm not going to go across Hartford Heath. I'm going to go down Ermine Street and then maybe through Bulls Wood, or I don't know. Let's see where we end up. Turn off Ermine Street now because it pretty quickly goes into sort of a road and streets, and I'm going to go down through Bulls Wood Nature Reserve. Saw a couple of dog walkers back there with some very muddy dogs. That brought the total of people that I've seen today walking up to 6. First bit of proper farmland I'm crossing today, or meadowland. It's great. I love it when you see the footpath marked out, snaking its way across the field. I think on the other side of these fields, it's very close to the outskirts of Hertford now, which is kind of Journey's End, but who knows? Who knows? and basically here. So I'm going to follow this footpath here, up here, and into Hertford. Continuing the great names of today's walk, we have a footpath to Hagsdale Road. That's great. What a wonderful path to go down to take me into Hertford town centre. Fore Street, Hertford. Quite a handsome kind of street this, isn't it? First time in Hertford town centre for me. Got the train back from Hertford East at the end of that epic walk just before Christmas, but I've never come right into the town centre, so first impressions, really good. Corn Exchange and Public Hall. What a fine building that is. Oh look, it's like tribute bands. Absolute Bowie, Duran 2, and tonight, Guns to Roses. That's interesting, Matisse House. I wonder what makes it Matisse House. And here is the sacred River Lee flowing through Hertford, the ancient town of Hertford. Great place to end a walk. Question is, choices for places to stop for either a pint or a cup of tea. There's too many almost actually. It's a hell. Hartford Castle. There's been a castle on this site since the Normans built one in the 11th century. So this bit here, Poston Gate, is early 14th century. Near this spot was held the first General Synod of the English Church on the 24th September AD 673 under the presidency of Theodore of Tarsus, 7th Archbishop of Canterbury and first Primate of all England. That's amazing. Fantastic bit of signage. Green Dragon Hotel, catering for large and small parties. Accommodation for cyclists and motorists, or motorists and cyclists. Good stabling and motor pit.